Hello and welcome to this how-to video series. In this first one, we're going to cover how to teach the Rescue Diver course. And we're going to go through a few different hints and tips and suggestions to help you set up your first Rescue Diver course. In this first video series, we're going to cover how to prepare and what I need to do to set things up. So to do that, you're going to have two best friends. Number one is going to be your instructor manual. And then of course, secondly is going to be the guide to teaching. When I begin to look at setting up my first rescue course, if I go to the instructor manual and select Rescue Diver, when I get into the manual, it's going to tell me, for example, what materials, equipment, and forms I need. So here's a heading for equipment. So we have some black bold items here that I'll talk about in a little bit. We have the forms that we need. What's nice with this course is there's only one required form, and I'll mention that in a little bit. And then we have the materials. So what do the students need to have? So let's begin by looking at the forms, getting the paperwork organized. And so all the forms come from the Pro site. So I log into the Pro site, and then I'm going to go to here to resources, and then training and course-related documents. Once I select that and land on the training hub, I want to double check that my courses and programs is what I've selected here. And then I'm going to choose my course or program, which in this case is going to be Rescue Diver. And then I'm going to pick a language. And for the purposes of this video, I'm using English. So here it is. And then I click View. This is going to take me to the Rescue Diver course landing page. And so now I've got my forms, I've got instructor materials, other resources, and exams and assessments. So everything I need paperwork-wise. When I open up the forms, you'll see there's many forms in here. But when I looked at the instructor manual, there's only one of these that's required, and it's the Continuing Education Administrative Document. So I look for that. I can compare the product number to make sure I'm on the right one, and then this is the form that I would be using. And I open that up, download it, and have my students complete it. For those of you that teach in the European Union countries, remember, you need to always pick the EU version of the form that we're talking about. So you'd find it here as well. Next, I want to look at what equipment I'm going to need. And so I've got a list of certain things that are required for the Rescue Diver course, black bold. But as you see, it says here, etc. as needed. So what you need to do is when you look at how you're going to set up your Rescue Diver course, and later on when we talk about the skills and exercise in specifics, you'll see that they're found here in the guide to teaching or suggestions. And so when I come down here to where I'm dealing with approaching a panic diver or reaching a diver from a non-swimming point of view, it references things like throw ropes or other types of floats, lifeguard rings, things like that. So as you prepare, you build on this list and prepare. So more to come on that. The other thing I would use the guide to teaching for in an initial stage is I would refer to the sample Rescue Diver schedules that are in here. And there's 3 of them. And this is a nice way to at least have a starting point for my particular Rescue Diver course. And then, as we'll see in later video clips, we'll talk about how you set up your classroom session depending on whether your students are e-learners or if they're using paper books, because we still want to maintain that student engagement regardless of the class version that we're using. The next step then is to make sure I have the materials needed for the student. So in this case, it's going to be the paper Rescue Diver manual or the e-learning. And that's something that I can order from the online shopping cart is method 1. So here I am on the Pro site again. I'm going to come up here to the top right-hand corner where it says shop. And so that's a clue for me, that's for shopping. So I pick PADI materials. It opens up my personal shopping cart. And now I've got a couple of different ways to find the material. I can go to courses and programs and select Rescue Diver, which is a core course. It's always going to be listed there. Or if for some reason I don't see it, I can go to the search box and type in rescue and find everything that way. But by using this shortcut link, now I get a landing page that has student material, so for the diver, and I have professional material. So that would be things like cue cards if you don't have a set of those. For the student, I'm going to come here and I'm going to select the product I want, whether it's the e-learning or the paper manual, and then I would order it from here. If you're not sure about how that works or you're not comfortable, then again, contact your regional training consultant. So where do you find those? They're in the office, and here on the Pro site under Contact Us, I can select the office that I'm working for or that I'm a member of, and as you scroll down, you'll find a section here called Regional Teams. And when you open that, now you can fine-tune your search for your particular country region, and you're going to find out who your regional training consultant is. That way you can phone them or email them to place your order or ask for additional hints and tips in setting up your rescue diver course. And then once you've ordered the material, you can start to teach your class. If you order e-learning, again, you would need to send that to your students. So again, from the Pro site, under Student Management, I go to my Online Processing Center. And this is the page I use to send codes out, which I'm sure you're familiar with. So once I'm on the Online Processing Center, I go to Manage Codes, and then Assign Codes, open that up, and then once that page is there, I select my Rescue Diver e-learning, and I go to the button for Assign Code, and I send it to my student. That way, I'm all prepped. So if you have questions, contact your regional training consultant for additional guidance, and enjoy the rest of the videos. Thank you.